Hello and welcome to Church at Home with Rachael for Friday the 2nd of December. My name is Rachael Parker. I am an Anglican priest from the Anglican Church of Canada. I serve as the rector of priest of Dayspring Ministries in the Diocese of Edmonton, and my churches are St. Mary's Edgerton, St. Saviour's Vermilion, and St. Thomas in Wainwright. And we are located in the southeastern corner of our diocese, which is pretty close to the Saskatchewan border. So welcome and greetings from cold and wintry Alberta. Today I'd like to share with you the devotion from October 30th from this book, The President's Devotional by Joshua Dubois. I use it sometimes for these videos because sometimes something will pop up. You see, I've got all these markers here, ideas for someday to use for videos if I ever get stuck. So I'd like to share this with you. It's entitled, What We're Here For. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. That's taken from Philippians chapter 4, verses 8 to 9. This is what Joshua says. There's a story about Hank Aaron in the 1957 World Series. Yogi Berra was his catcher at the time, and when Aaron approached the plate, Yogi noticed that his bat was facing the wrong way. Yogi stopped Aaron and said, "Turn the bat around, Hank, so you can see the trademark." Aaron replied, "Didn't come up here to read, came up here to hit." Hank Aaron had his priorities straight, something the Bible advises for all believers. There are a million ways we could spend our time today, 1,000 worthy tasks, but we find ourselves at home plate in the biggest game possible, this life of ours. We have to make a decision about how we're going to use our time. Will we dwell on the past, on regrets, on jealousies and envies and trifling accumulations? Or will we focus on the most important things, pouring our lives into our neighbors and loving God with all our hearts, investing our time in Him? The choice is clear. We came here for greater things. Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. We didn't come here to read. We came here to hit. And his prayer is this: Dear God, orient me around your purpose. Guide my choices throughout the day. Amen. I loved that devotion because it really made me think about what we're doing and what I'm doing. Last Friday, I posted a video referring to Beau the Fifth Column and how he approached the whole evangelical and Trump situation, and I talked about the role of the church in leadership and things like that. And I was actually completely blown away by the response, the incredible response. People who agree with me, people who don't agree with me, people who think I am a crazy nut job, and people who think that maybe I'm on the right track. And for the last week, it's got me thinking really about what is my purpose? What is it I'm called to do? And I look around my life and think, okay, so what things are honorable? What things are noble? What things are praiseworthy? And I really called back to thinking about who I am as a person. First of all, I am a baptized Christian. I happen to be Anglican. That's the flavor of church in which I worship, I guess you could say. But at the heart of it, I'm a baptized Christian, which means that everything that I choose to do, everything that I need to do, I need to be doing so within the faith that I profess. Now, lots of people don't agree with me. I've heard you loud and clear, and that's okay, because I'm not asking that you do agree with me. I'm not asking that you change the way you live your life. I'm just saying that I need to live mine with integrity. I have to live my faith life in a way that is just and honorable and true. Also, I am a wife. I have a beautiful, wonderful husband, and I adore him. We've been married for 17 years, and he's the best thing in my life. And other than God, of course, but you know what I mean. So that I have to make that decision every day, even though sometimes it's hard. It's living with another person, especially when they're not exactly like you, can be a difficult thing. And it's sometimes easy to focus on the not so honorable and noble things. But being able to focus on the fact that I love him and that I appreciate the integrity with which he lives his life, that I want to recognize the dignity that is who he is as a person, a creation of God, a child of God. So when I live my life as a wife, I have to make my decisions and plan my time and the way I think and what I do and how I speak around recognizing that I am in relationship with another person with whom I'm called to treat them with dignity and respect, to recognize integrity, to work with him as a partnership or a team, that we might focus on the right things. I could, like Yogi, Berra, and Hank Aaron, I could take a look at that baseball bat and say, wait a minute, I got to get this perfect. I got to have the trademark on the outside. And the fact is, I can work hard at making my marriage look perfect, and it wouldn't be. But if I work hard at living my marriage with integrity, it will never be perfect, but it'll be a whole heck of a lot better than if I was focused on what everybody else could see. Same thing as a priest. I am an Anglican priest. It's what I do. It's my career. But really, it's my vocation. It's what I believe God has called me to do. I'm one of those people who is so fortunate. They say that if you are living out your vocation, if you're working in your vocation, you never work a day in your life. There are plenty of days I feel like I've worked. Don't get me wrong. But reality is, I love what I do. And I can't even imagine it being differently. Sometimes I think about retirement, what that might be. I could read more books. In this time of the year, I could watch more Hallmark Christmas movies. But really, at the end of the day, I know that even when I retire, I'm still going to hang out in churches. I'm still going to want to preach. I'm still going to want to volunteer and help other people. I'm going to pray for people because that's who I am. It's not about the trademark. It's not about the collar saying to the world that I am a priest. It's very much about me being able to know that I've got my priorities straight. When I try to hit this one out of the park, it's not because I want to advertise the baseball bat. It's because I want to do my best. I want to do that which God has called me to do and do it with everything I have. So I wonder for you, as you head into your weekend, what is it that you're trying to do? What is it you're trying to do best? It's not about reading the trademark. It's not about reading what's on the bat. It's about hitting the ball. What are you doing to hit the ball? How are you called to serve in the world? What makes your heart sing as you go about your day? And I pray that this weekend, as you hopefully take some time for yourself to rest and renew, if you get a chance, and if you don't, take some time in your busyness to pay attention to what makes your heart sing. What is it that God, if that's what you believe in, if you believe in God, that God has called you to do? Who are you called to be? And if God's not your thing, then what is it that makes you feel whole? What is it that makes you feel like you're doing what you're called to do? I pray that you find your Hank Aaron moment this weekend. And I pray that you will feel blessed and that you will be a blessing to others. So have a great weekend. I will be back on Sunday for Gospel on the Go if you'd like to join me for a bit of worship. But I'll also be back Monday for Church at Home with Rachael, where we can talk about how things are going and how you're living out your life. God bless you, and thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful weekend.